Hey, it's Elvire. Thanks for tuning in again. I'd like to talk to you for a moment about failing and failure. It's not something that we like, but you know what? It's part of life. In the chapter Desire, Napoleon Hill talks about it, and he says, and it's so true, and you know it also, that every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent success. This is the law of polarity. Every up has a down, every good has a bad, every dark has a light. So every failure has a success. How do you perceive that? That's the most important thing. How do you see your failure? Do you label yourself, or does somebody has the guts to label you as a failure? You are never, ever, ever a failure. You just did something that did not give you the outcome that you were anticipating. However, you learned another way of how not to do it. Remember Edison? He took 10,000 trials on making the incandescent light bulb. 10,000? Was he a failure? No, he wasn't. He was persistent. He was tenacious. He just kept on going. He never labeled himself as a failure, and neither should you, and nor should you allow anybody to call you a failure. You're not a failure. You just did something, and you know you can do it better. You can do it different. You just got to keep on going. Keep on going. Persistence. Persistence. That is the key. So there is the same slogan that says every cloud has a silver lining. Now look at what went wrong in your book, because nothing is right or wrong either. In the terms of the universe, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. And if you learn to look at stuff like that, the world becomes so much nicer, so much better. You set yourself a goal, you set yourself an outcome for whatever you were doing, and it didn't work out exactly as you had hoped for, wished for, anticipated. So what are you learning from that? Where did you do something that got you off the wrong path? I remember from my time when I was still making chocolates and when I was still baking pastries in school, sometimes you either whipped up something too long or not long enough, or with the chocolate, it was either a little bit too cold or a little bit too hot, or you waited a little bit too long. So it's just, your skills are honed on a constant basis. And this is how I would like for you to consider looking at what you attempted to create and did not work out the way you had anticipated. You are honing your skills. Every failure will bring with it an equivalent success. And the success is that you're going to be honing your skills. You're going to get better and better and better and better at it, whatever it is. So bless the failures that you make, because they will get you closer to what you want to achieve, to your desired outcome. So don't get upset with yourself. Love yourself. Say like, oh, well, isn't that interesting? It didn't really work out the way I had anticipated. Let me start over again. Anybody can do that. You can do it. It's persistence. It's understanding the process of life, respecting it and understanding it and coming to terms with it and loving yourself. If I can do it, and I am no rocket science, I am somebody special, just as you are somebody special. If I can do it, so can you. So, John Maxwell wrote a book, Failing Forward. Might be a good one to read as well. So go for it. Set your outcomes. Goof. Make your failures, look at them, love them, and say like, oh, well, isn't that interesting? Go for it. You can do it. I believe in you. Go.